I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty exhausted.
Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. We had to skip a couple days like Friday and then Sunday. But what I was doing, I wasn't idle though, because I was off stream working on the scripting. And listen. Okay, we've now got a working. This right here is what checks to see if you need more bots on your team, if there's enough players. Okay, got a bot hero spawn is what that one's called. This one's player heroes spawn. This one is what you spawn in, and then whenever you spawn in, you'll appear at one of the, initial player spawn locations, right? And it will immediately check to see if you are, basically, it'll set up all of your variables and stuff like that. And then over here, we've got assigned spawners. This one will set up your bots basically to be spawning correctly. It'll assign all the spawners to players, and it'll make it to where whenever they die, whenever the squad dies, it'll respawn them. This is a class assigner. This one will make it to where whenever you pick up an item, an ODST ball eagle, for example, you'll get the ODST class. This one is now what I'm working on right now, and this is the actual class itself and like what it's going to do for you. Right now, I've got it set up to where if you pick up the Knight class, it'll set you up. And it'll just set you up with this with everything hard-coded in. And this one was me starting to do that for the Infiltrator, and I realized, you know what, this should not be hard-coded. If I make these variables, then all I have to do is grab the variable out of, like, a player, or something that will be stored, for you. And I can grab and fill in these variables for you based on the level. Like I can put little arrows, right? That'll like little arrow objects, and then basically use them as pointer. That's what they're called, pointer objects, and then use them to store all of this information like it's an array, a class in programming, and not a class as in like a player class. A class is in like a programming class. And basically it comes down here, and then it deploys the player to the battlefield, which it doesn't actually do yet. I just set to trigger that, and we're going to make that later, which isn't that big of a deal. It's just going to see which team you're on and then put you in the base if you're on the correct, depending on which team you're on. And then it assigns, if you're Eagle team, then it'll assign class handler for Eagle, and it'll set you as the team's Knight class. And if this is vacant, then if this is none, then that means that you can become the Knight. So I'm gonna have to check a class. I'm gonna have to check against that whenever you pick it, basically. Or rather, what I need to do is whenever a player joins that's a player, I need to repopulate the room of all of the balls, the generic ball objects that I'm using to get you your class whenever you pick it up. I need to repopulate all the ones that the class is vacant, right? That there's no one playing that class on your team. And so that'll be later, but this is a future-proof little variable there. And so watch it in action. Check this out. Okay, we're gonna hold down the back button. It does have some warnings for some of the other things. The AI hasn't spawned in yet because I have it set to wait. I'm gonna pick this one. Oh wait, no. You know what? I forgot. No, that is a bad notification. I forgot. This and this and this all has to go for us to test it. Okay, here we go. Now it won't do quite as many warnings, I don't think, and it should work. No. Okay, we have a problem with the this one as well, I think, because this one's not finished either. Whenever they're not finished, for some reason, the class they end up blocking enough of the node to build. There we go. Now I am a Knight, and I have my bots down there. They spawned in. Now we're gonna wait for the AI to spawn in. There we go. Now our player AI will our squad AIs will eventually load in. They just take a couple seconds because I set them to be like 10 seconds later after those guys come in. So they should take a little bit, but they should be here. There they are. And they all spawn in correctly now, and they spawn in based on if they're players that are appropriate for them and all that stuff. So now this class is going to need to have a special part in a brain that regenerates that. You know, the quantum translocator, because now it's used up and I want to be able to reuse it. But once you've used it, I think with the quantum translocator, I might actually just replenish it immediately. Oh, there's ads on YouTube now. I gotta figure out a way of doing better music. Hey, PTSD Machine, how's it going? So basically, the night class is probably going to, yeah, it's gonna probably have like a sort of, I don't know. What do you think? Have you been here the whole time? Have you seen what I've shown off? The night class will probably be like, it'll replenish your quantum translocator immediately because it's so iffy on when it's super useful. But then like the berserker, or the juggernaut rather, will probably get their energy shields back after a cooldown. Ooh, they're gonna get me. He got me. And then of course I replenish, and I am no longer my class, and so I still need to set up the class thing to be when a player respawns, it's got to get their class, and it's got to repopulate them as their class. So basically, that's one of the other reasons why I switched to the variable system, why I'm switching to Control Z. I need this thing back. I actually don't need those other two, so I'm gonna leave them deleted, even though, you know, they're kind of big, and it's like, wow, that's getting rid of a whole lot of work, but it's no big deal. So basically what I'm planning on doing here, so this set class 1 is what it's named. I don't know exactly what in here is causing it to bake badly. Like, I've got everything set. What was it saying? Let's try and see if we can clear that. Warning, it says get brain class equipment, get number variable node. Oh, I see. There are enough of the nodes in here. I see. These classes don't exist. That's why I have to, or these variables. I mean, I need to declare some number variables and stuff. But yes, welcome. Give me a sec. Oh, welcome, Aaron. Declare number variable. We are going to grab this. Control C. Identifier. Control V. So I'm doing it, I could just set it to where like you have one grenade type and just easily just tell it which grenade type with a grenade type variable, but I opted to do dynamo, frag, plasma, spike separately so that each class can just tell it how many to put in for that one, and they just have that. Oh, I don't even know the scope applied. Object class, object, and so each class level is going to set this in your character. Scope, object, there we go, those are all set for object already. And that way we can, you know, oh, you know what? I am actually going to set this to 0 because that is going to be the correct I know that basically the default is 0, but just to be sure, I want it to actually be set to 0 by default. And then what I'm going to do is basically each class is just going to have all these things, and it's just going to have them with a number. And at the very beginning, I'm going to basically assign it all to an arrow, and then I'm going to grab from that arrow for the player, probably. I was messing around in Forge. Do you want to see what I got so far? Sure. Yeah, I also do. Yes. PTSD Machine's like, I do too. I want to. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What do you have? What is it? Like, is it like an art thing? Let's see. Is it a fancy tree? I think I saw you mentioning something about trees, that you were working on them, but you were talking about, in like a Discord, you were talking about the fact that, about them being published, like how they published or when they published and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Okay, so those are now declared, so now it will be able to build that. This is another one. We need to set, we need to declare weapon type variables. Declare weapon type variable. Scope object. Initial value I'll just leave as empty. Dun, dun, Okay, so duplicating audio emitters crashes the game. Good to know. What? What else to pick here? Okay. That's crazy. I did not know that. Like, just copying them? That's crazy. Oh, this is weird. This identifier broke. I think this identifier will come back, though, if I save and quit and come back in. The other identifiers are all here. It's just that sometimes the, sometimes the class identifier names. Oh yeah, that one broke too. I don't know why, but that one broke, but yeah. Let's see. I've been duplicating them like crazy without problem. It could be like console versus PC. It could also be like which console, if you're on Series X or S or Xbox One. It could also be that there was just like, it could crash when your network connection has a blip while you're doing it or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, guaranteed hard crash on any audio duplication. Interesting. I'm not gonna do it to test it, but interesting. Let's see. This should be, yeah, object level. Good. Okay, now we need to declare. No. What did I just... Nope, I don't want that. Let's just, like, copy this so that if I ever hit paste, I won't be pasting all of those nodes. Because if you do that and you hit the budget limit on a brain, you can sometimes... You used to be able to break the brain. And I don't want to risk that. I just avoid that. Get equipment type variable. I need to declare an equipment type variable. And then I need to get the class equipment. Control V. And there we go. Okay, so these are all of our declared variables for classes, okay? We need to now go set them for every single class. We might have to set some other things as well, especially something like, for example, the ODST class, having the drop pods, being able to say, okay, do your troops spawn as drop pods as well with you yet, or do you still have to level up to acquire that ability? Well, that's going to need to be a Boolean variable, that whenever we go to do the drop pod ability, it needs to check against that Boolean variable based on your level. Or we could just check for your level in that class, because we actually do have that. But yeah, let's see, let me, it could be, let me generate stuff. I 100% Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and the girl I'm talking to is trying to permanently get a 5-day work week so that we can watch the FNAF movie together. Nice. Very good. Let's see. That's crazy though. I think that Wonder only just came out, didn't it? That's crazy. You're pulling an errand, is what you're telling me. Let's see. Oh, this is supposed to be an object class. There we go. Or scope, I mean. You're pulling an errand is what you're saying. Okay, so... Alright, so I think that this will now bake more correctly. And may even start working. Yes, now it works with this class thing in position. Alright, so now we can get this class ready. Like I said, we need to reload the stuff. I wonder if I can... I'm gonna max out your ammo. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. This class script needs to do that. Add node. There's in inventory... not get set player weapon lowered, switch to, where is it? Add player ammo equipped and unequipped. Our same weapon type, drop specific weapon, empty player ammo. Yeah, I think it's just, can you just fill player ammo instead of empty? Give new unit new weapon, refill player ammo. There it is. Yes, there we go. Very good. So after I give you your new weapons for the class, I then want to go ahead and grab you as a player again, all these things coming out of the player here, and refill your ammo. Because that was, I looked at my ammo, I was like, wow, I've got 8 shots primary, and then 8 more shots secondary. This thing is going to be useless in no time. Flat. I need my ammo refilled. We also need to figure out how we're going to handle ammo refilling during the game, because I don't think it will work out too well. I'm going to come and check that out. Read what you guys are saying just a second. I don't think that we can go for the entire game on, you know, just refilling whenever you die and respawn. So, let's see. Okay. Of all things to watch, the FNAF movie. Yeah, I pulled an Aaron with Wonder. I'll fucking do it again. Goofy laugh. Yeah. What was your bear trap map renamed? I forgot. I'm looking for it. Yeah, it's Bereft. Yes. Thanks, photography. Yes. Oh, I need to start putting that into my descriptions. You're right. Actually, let me go to Restream and do that now, because update titles. Let's see. Let's see. Mobs are spawning in this MOBA mode for Halo Infinite is now going to be my description because that's done. Game Halo Infinite. But in the description, we want that in there. Let's go find it. I had it. Oh, that's right. I added it to my link tree. You guys can't see this, but yeah, look at this. On my link tree, I've got Bereft, Redacted, Waterworks, Waterworks Classic, Waterworks Modern, Waterworks Classic, and then I got this. Whenever Squad Battle was put in, I just put the link to the Squad Battle. This is from my screen. This is kind of what you'd see on a cell phone. But I'm just gonna click that and that because I don't know that I have Redacted in there. I think I've got Waterworks, right? Oh, I don't have links to either of them? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Let's go. Let's put these. Maps. Bereft. Big team battle. Boom. And then, let's see. Redacted. This way they'll always be in my descriptions on YouTube. Let's see. Redacted. Let's see. Redacted. Arena. And let's see. And then we'll do Waterworks because I guess I'll do both of them. I was just gonna do Waterworks Classic, Waterworks Modern because it's the one that everyone really plays. But I'll put Waterworks Classic in there too. I'm still happy with that one. I just haven't, let's see, Waterworks Modern, and then Waterworks Classic. The modern one turned out to be so good that no one ever plays the classic version, I'm pretty sure. Waterworks Classic. You guys are probably saying stuff that I haven't read yet. Let's see, boom, and there we go. Now, each of my maps is in here. I'll do 3 spaces to make it cleaner. And you'll be able to very easily update all. There we go. That should update my YouTube description, but I'm not 100% certain it did, so I'm going to go ahead and click into that because I don't have that open right now. It's going to hear, you're going to have double up audio in a second. So I got to check to see if the description is live. And click into that. Yes, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, and description has, oh, cool, all the maps. Awesome. Okay. So now that's in there. You can find in the description a link straight to it. No problem, PTSD machine. Okay, gonna send it over on Discord. Sounds good. Infinite movement feels better than classic movement IMO. Yeah, I'm getting so used to it that whenever I go back to like Master Chief Collection, I have to get used to Master Chief Collection again. And I feel like while I think they're, I feel like they're like, I think it's a lot of the stuff that's added to movement in Halo Infinite feels like a lateral change, not like an improvement, but equal in quality. But the main thing is that it doesn't contradict the gameplay flow of classic Halo, so that's one of the things I like a lot about it. But a few of the things that are movement focused are actual improvements, you know what I mean? So like, by having things slower, the game played differently. Now the gameplay is different now, and I don't think that there's a superior version of the two, because the slower versus the faster isn't necessarily better or worse. But I think that that there's definitely that the difference is like, they're both equal quality, in my opinion, which is good enough for me. If you can match Halo 3 in quality, then you've made an amazing game. So to me, okay, Discord. Okay, Discord. Also, your stream keeps freezing. Is it? Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'm seeing that too. I'm looking at it, and it not only freeze, but it auto brought my my resolution down to 144. Oh shoot, what is that? Has it been since I? Oh yeah, did it happen once I updated all of the descriptions on Restream? That would suck if that happened. When I updated all the info through Restream, it might have done something weird and like broken it or something. Or has it been happening the whole time? It's dropping insane amounts of frames. Has it been happening the whole time, or is it newish? That's the main question. Let's see. Forge maps. Show more. If you guys think that I need to go down and come back up and see if it'll have a better connection, then let me know. But I assume it's happening. I assume it has been happening since the beginning, but you let me know if it did start weird. At a weird time. Jeez, it really is still choppy and very iffy. Ugh. That's infuriating. Well, I'm gonna close this window, see if that helps a little bit, because it might have been run there. The whole time, drop your bitrate. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Let me see what my bitrate is right now. Output, yeah, I had brought it back up to, I'm at 3,000. I'll go down to 2,000. I think I dropped it down to 1,000 at one point. Yeah, Cox is still in the process of fixing it. I found out, they told me it'd be 72 hours. I think what they meant was it'd be 72 hours, you know, business hours. They were ignoring weekend. It looks like that might have cleared it up already. For me, it looks like it's better. Yeah? Okay, that looks like it fixed it. You tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it fixed it for me. Okay, so, what was I saying? Right, I was gonna pull up your picture. Let's see. It's in the chat. Okay, so the basics of the map is there's a pat machine. Oh wait, this is the other thing. Okay. Now that. Okay, yeah, you sent it directly to me. Yeah, there we go. Insider gaming status. What is that you sent me? It says gambling is part of the contract with Kick. Nick Merck says gambling is part of the contract with Kick. Interesting. I don't know what that is. Oh, so you have to gamble if you, like, sign a contract with them or something? Like, whenever they did that? Whenever they sign people on? That is amazing. I love that. That looks like the campaign. Or almost like it's like in the Halo campaign and the Red Dead Redemption, level of coolness. I like that a lot. Are you planning on, like... I'm waiting for a Slenderman. I'm, like, looking for a Slenderman in the shadows. What was that? That was I think my computer just, like, happened. Something on my computer just happened. I don't know what it is. Are you guys still there? You said drop your bitrate. That's the last thing that I see you said. Oh, wait. Hey, yeah, there we go. It does look Red Dead Redemption, right? It looks very Red Dead Redemption style. I like it a lot. It's very cool. And I'm expecting to be able to ride a horse through there, or like a deer will walk out from between two trees. I still wish that they'd, like, that's the next AI I want to see, is at least the AI that they have in the multiplayer maps, but I would love for them to just throw in deer and, like, you know, a moose. I don't know. You're still here? Cool, cool, cool. I was just making sure. You're still freezing, but not nearly as much. Okay, on YouTube, I'm probably still freezing. On Kick, it looks like it cleared whenever I switched it. Let me check. Let me see on my end on YouTube. But I could be wrong too, because I know the resolution went up. Oh, nope, there it froze. No, it did freeze for me on YouTube. Okay. It might have frozen on Kick too. I don't know. Yes, animals. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I want. Alright, let me bring the bitrate down to 1,000 then. It's at 2,000. I just brought it down by 1,000. Let's go all the way down to 1,000. And it might restrict you guys to like 720 now, but we'll see. Oh, hey, Regret, how's it going? I love Halo, but the biggest issue is the damn netcode. I don't care about any other thing for this game. Yeah. I'm here still. Well, I mean, we're making campaign AI now, or campaigns now, so like the netcode is not even necessary for those. So, but yeah. But I do get you. I do get you. It does need. They do need to update their netcode and fix that problem, because it's pretty insane. Okay, so we need all of these. I think I need to make this in a different brain. I think, what is our limit in how many brains we can have now? I think it's something ridiculous, like unlimited or 14 or something. Do you guys know what what it is? I know that they increased the number of nodes to 5,000, but I forget. I don't think I ever saw. Will, you're the best. At this point, they need to hire you. I would love to work there. That would be amazing. I don't know if they still have their hiring freeze. I know they've got. Look, I still haven't applied for it yet. I know. I said I want to. Look, they've got a lead game designer open at 343 Industries. For the blockbuster Halo series of video games, and as part of Xbox Game Studio. Oh wait, sorry, the developer of. Okay, that's not saying that's what they're working on. That would be probably a huge breach of security to talk about what they're actually working on with it. But and this would be awesome to work at. But I want to apply for it, even though I don't know. I don't think on paper I'm gonna get. I may not even get an interview because on paper it doesn't look very good. And like Forge Lord, for example, is someone who knows me, but he doesn't know, he's not going to be the one looking at the freaking, you know, at the stack of resumes, so he's not going to know I even applied unless I tell him. So like getting an interview is going to be the first hurdle in the first place, because on paper I'm not very good. If Will works at 343, he should endorse me so that I can become CEO of 343. You could start a campaign. You could do it like a presidential campaign. So how many script brains can we have? That's what I want to know. And I'm going to just copy this script brain a million times and see. And if it crashes the game, then we'll know that we can't have that many, you know? We're at 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I guess it's unlimited script brains as long as you have budget now. And that seems to be more than enough. Which means that I can just go ahead and make a script brain for each class, which is what I wanted to do. That's what I'm saying. I miss the days when nobody had any requirements and just worked and had passion learning everything, aka Bungie startup. Yeah, that was. I mean, you can still do that at indies these days, but it's just you gotta find the people that are willing to do it, and like they're all like. A lot of them are either unskilled if they want to be in an indie, they're either unskilled, fresh out of college, or there's someone so jaded in the industry that they've quit the major companies. And I feel like that's not the same. Like I'm not saying that those are bad. I'm saying that those are going to be a very different work environment than Bungie startup back in the day, right? Like the environment back then was making to where all types of developers were going into those fields that were like the Bungie startup passion time. You know, now it limits the not 100% limits all of them to this, but there are people from other walks of life that are in there, whether in the indies, but it seems like the indies are primarily like it inflated those three, you know, groups of people and deflated all the others as they went into the bigger industries, the bigger companies. So that's what I've noticed just by watching interviews of people in indies and like seeing people trying to do indies and all that kind of stuff. They're either like, yeah, they're either somewhat jaded you know, big industry people, or the work environment is not going to be the same as that completely passionate, you know, Bungie startup day. But anyway, I'm back. Had to record a video for someone. Oh, nice. Was it of that tree line and stuff like that? Okay, so I am gonna name this, and I'm gonna name it the Night class. Oh wait, I put brain period night class. There we go. Okay, so this is straight up going to be a brain all about setting the variables for the Night class, handling things like the Night class spawners, triggering things like leveling up for the Night class and stuff like that. Actually, I might be able to make a universal leveling up thing, but it'll call on functions in here, or maybe not call on functions in here, but call on variables that I will define and set in here. So aside from the Night class brain, which I think I'm going to put the classes separate, like I've sort of, whenever they're like basically done, I point them this direction. Whenever they're still like the thing I'm actively working on, I have them pointing the other direction. That's what these are all about. This is just a little brain that's just a debug script, or 2 or 3. Wait, what's down here? Nav marker? Oh, this is unfinished work. Right. Yeah. This is the nav marker for the ODST drop pod, for Eagle and Cobra, and I have to put that into the ODST class brain. That's why I need a brain for them, is because sometimes I might even have to break it out and be like Night class basics and then Night class like abilities or something like that. Regardless, you're talented. Well, I appreciate that. Let's see. No, a different thing. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I do want to apply for that because I don't want to pass up the opportunity. It's there, and I keep on putting it off because I haven't updated my resume in like my wife has been the one primarily working, so my resume is like 3 years old, or something like that. No, I did actually apply for things more recently than that. I don't remember what I applied for, but yeah, basically it's like a year to 3 years, somewhere in there. I don't know anymore. And so yeah, ChatGPT equals God resume. Oh yeah. Will it lie about me though? And I know that all people lie on their resume that get the actual positions, and I am just you know, holding myself back by being honest in my resume. But I do try to be honest in my resume. Put a sound on with friendly and enemy sounds, then duplicate it. Oh, is it gonna crash my game? Okay, alright, I'll do that, but... Alright, everybody, I might be rebooting the game in a sec. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about rebooting the game earlier anyway, because I saw something about the network was potential. No, it makes it more professional. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think lying on your resume does make it look more professional, right? Because that's what everybody's lying all the time these days. I'm just kidding. Let's see, sound... Where are those? I forget. Missed a comment. Oh, what'd you say? Can you check if it hard crashes for you? Oh, right, yeah. AI audio, there it is, audio emitter. It's the only thing in the audio section. You know what? Whenever they were about to release Forge, and they went into the audio folder, and it had 4 items. And if you go back to that very first reveal video of Forge, and you rewatch it, where they like went through that one like forest level that someone had placed in a sphere in the sky to make it look like a moon, all that stuff. If you go back to that video and you rewatch it, you'll see that in the audio folder they had like 4, maybe even 6 items in here. Now they only have the audio emitter. And so they took that other stuff out. But I think that what they were, if I remember correctly, they were things like those area volumes that like make like thresholds where these sounds sound different in there as versus out here, and you were going to be able to bake and you can bake the audio, but basically whenever you bake the audio, I think it was going to have like exterior sections and interior sections, and it was going to bake those areas. But anyway, it's just something that's still probably in the works if they're ever going to get it done. If people want to lie, they can, but hey, that's on them. Yeah, good stuff. Dishonesty is dishonor. Exactly. Yeah, they need more of that audio stuff. They do. Okay, so what is it that I need to set? I need to set a friendly sound and an enemy sound, you said. Put sound with friendly and enemy sounds, then duplicate. Okay, we're gonna do alarms, and we're gonna do animals. Factory alarms, sure. And then I'll deselect and reselect it as if I'd gone off to do other work, and then I'm gonna duplicate it. It did not crash for me. Did I do it right? Did I set everything up right to cause it to crash? Because that seemed like what you'd said. Friendly sounds and enemy sounds. Maybe it's specific sounds. Let's see. Forerunner textures? What? What are these? Human. Crowd cheer large. Set them to the same sound. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll do that. Alarms. Factory alarm. Okay. Boop. Same sound. Okay, which sound category were you in? What sound did you have it set to? Door A. It might be a console versus PC thing, because you're on console. It might be that it might also be like the chipset, like your graphics card on the graphics card in a Series X is not necessarily AMD. And AMD might be able to just handle whatever this is just easily, and there might be something else. Animal bats when I tested it. Okay, let's see that. Let's see. Animals. Bat movement 2D. What is that? What's the difference? Interesting. They added a lot of sounds that I did not... Were these all in here the whole time? Or did I forget how many were actually in here? Because I, like, never use these, practically. I know that I should be, but Waterworks didn't call for them too much. And that's the only map that I've fully finished. We actually didn't apply too many of them to Redacted either, and that's actually kind of lame now that I think about it. They've been in there for a while. Okay. Was it like Season 4 or something that added them? Okay, so there's bat movement. I'll go to bat movement 2D in case that's the one you meant, because by the time you answer and tell me what that, if it was or not, I will have already done it. So I'll just go ahead and do it. So bat movement 2D, neither of them did it. So it might also be animals, bats when I test it. It might also be that, what do you call it? It could be on the map that you're on. It could be that I haven't baked audio yet. If you've baked the audio, you know, I've never baked the audio on this map, right? Or even the nav mesh, probably. It's probably just the default nav mesh right now. Reflection volumes, because I had to rebuild the map. But yeah. Okay, so basically there could be a number of factors that are applying to it, but as far as yours is concerned, it appears that... Okay, here's your video. Let's watch that. Let's see, can I do that? Category alarms: animals, alien insects 2D, animals, alien insects 2D, duplicate, crash. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of the times those crashes that I've noticed, whenever you hit duplicate, for example, or you hit delete, a lot of those, like, those big, like, sweeping tool options that you do, if you use one of those and it crashes, it tends to be because of an issue where your console did something, it told the server to do the same thing, and something got messed up in between, and the server said, nuh-uh, and then your console freaked out and crashed. It seems like that's what happens to me. I could be wrong, but like when I have more network issues, those happen more often. And whenever I have fewer network issues, they happen less often. But every crash is different too, so like that crash could just be a thing that's just happening. But it could be that whenever it tells a server to duplicate the audio emitter, whenever you're on the console build of the game, it might be causing this crash whenever it tries to communicate with the server, whereas the PC build of the game for some reason might be not having that problem. But anyway, okay, so these I only brought in here for declare. I'm actually not going to declare them in here. I'm going to declare them in the other folder, like I already have, the other brain, like I already have them set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let's go with an event on game start, because I don't want to have to worry. Nope, on round start. I don't want to have to worry about the gameplay start. I want this to happen before anything else. That's on round end. On round start. Oop, wrong button. So it's all the way down here, because I actually clicked a button. I don't know, I thought they were in there longer than that. They might have been. They might have been there since launch. I don't remember. It's been so long since I dug into the audio emitter folder. I've looked for specific ones, like I've gone straight to water and done that for waterfalls before, but I haven't done anything more, you know, I haven't just explored them in so long that I might just don't remember, to be honest. That's actually something that I just need to do more of, is the audio emitters. I wish the audio emitters had like a range though, like one audio emitter should be able to handle an entire field of grass or something like that. You know what I mean? But like if you wanted like a cricket sound or something like that, you should be able to expand it and then put an entire field of grass, rather than having to put like 30 audio emitters across like Hyrule Field or something like that. You know what I mean? Try it on controller instead. I was using controller, actually. I'm using mouse and keyboard with the scripts, but as soon as I go out, I was using controller to select it, I'm pretty sure. Or did I... Actually, you know what I might have done? I might have done the windows different. Like in here, I probably use mouse and keyboard. You're probably right. Alarms, animals, alien insects. Alarms, animals, alien insects. And duplicate. It hasn't crashed yet, so unless it's waiting to crash, then I don't... Sometimes mine will take like 5 seconds. I'll do an action, and then like 5 seconds later, it'll crash. And then whenever I boot up the map, it will be before that action. So like I'll do an action, and then I'll do like 3 different things, and then suddenly it crashes. Or like, did I say 5 seconds? Yeah, 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And so like 5-10 seconds later, it'll crash, but I'll have already done a few more things. And then the crashed version of the map, where it like crash dumped and like tried to save the map for me, it will actually be right before the action I took, like 5 or 10 seconds prior. So, like, I think that's the kind of thing where you do it, and then, like, yours was happening immediately, so maybe yours was not the thing I was saying earlier with the server disconnect. But whenever that happens, and then the server saves off a version of your map, and it's like, you know, 5-10 seconds ago, it feels to me like there was some kind of server disconnect. But anyway, I explore everything in the start of every season, just in case they add something that they never mentioned in notes. Yeah, I do too, but I forget to do audio every time. I've not explored audio since I was in Waterworks. I went into it a little bit in Redacted, but I didn't go a lot, very heavily. I went into it in Waterworks again later whenever I was trying to build those extra caves on the sides, but I didn't quite have the budget to do it. And then I did it again in, I think, Overlook. I pulled up the audio emitter and was looking at the waterfall stuff, but I never actually placed them. So Overlook is, like, still, you know, no audio on those waterfalls that are everywhere. But yeah. I'm gonna get around to that though. Okay, so on round start, we need to set all these variables. We need to variables advanced set, for example, an equipment type variable. And actually, yeah, odd. It is odd that it's like not crashing. Like it's clearly crashing for you as a 100% repro rate, but for some reason it's just not. Okay, not declare. I said declare. Whoops, I grabbed a declare one. I need to do set equipment type variable. I need to do set grenade type variable. No, I don't. I need to do set number variable. I need to duplicate that a few times. And what I need to do is actually make it to where I've got, I put on round start, but I should actually trigger this on round start. But in reality, I need to be setting it to, or no, not on round start. I need to hand this to the player. I need to apply this to the player. Oh, right. This is just assigning variables to the, right, never mind. I do need to do this on round start. I had it right the first time, never mind. If I don't set any sounds, it doesn't crash, but if I do set them and duplicate it, it crashes. That is really weird. And then I need a weapon type. I need to set weapon type variable, and I'll duplicate that one. And I just made 2 of them that were way across the map. And then I need to, I'll grab these, because I made it to where now it's kind of hard to get to them. And I will copy and paste these into there. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. I love that they fixed this. This was infuriating last season. It was working in season 3, and it was not working in season 2, and then it was working in season 3, and then it was not working in season 4, and now it's back to working again. And that's just, I love it. That it's back. Let's see. Scope, the ability, and by the way, I'm talking about the ability to just click in like this, change something, and it actually saves, rather than having to click on the thing, hit R, then click on the one you want, and then hit object. Like, you can, it's way faster to just click on the thing itself. And it was broken last season. That was really annoying. Let's see. Class equipment. Okay. And the scope is object. And we delete that. And then primary and secondary weapons. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to make a different version of I'm going to copy these again over and over again for each of the levels, right? I think I'm going to do 5 levels per class. And because I'm thinking that if we make it to where you level up 5 times throughout the match, that should be a good number of times before the match is over. I think. I'm just, you know, eyeballing that. I'm feeling that. I have a vibe for that, like in Halo. Like, Last Spartan Standing. They have you level up like 15 times because you're going through like every single weapon as you go. No, they don't. They have like 9 levels or something. Anyway, because they're going up through like each of the weapons, almost like a Fiesta style thing, but it's gun game basically, where you're leveling up through them. This is not doing that. This is doing big sweeping changes where it changes your grenades and your primary, secondary weapon. It upgrades your ability, all that kind of stuff. So I think 5 level upgrades is more than enough to get it doing really well. I'm going to add you as a collaborator on that file to run around on what I have so far. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that like, the tree line one. Are you going to add me to the main one, or you want to add me as a second one? Because, you know, If it's mainly for the art and you're planning on making like scenes and uploading them to Twitter and stuff like that in there, then yeah, me being on there doesn't really matter. But if you wanted to keep me off your credits, then you can make a second copy or something like that. But either way, it's cool with me. Okay, so then that one's gonna set that one, and that one's gonna set that one, and then that one's gonna set that one, and then that one's gonna set that one. Oop, that didn't work. And then that one's gonna... Oop, nope, that's not what I want. And then that one's gonna set that one, and then that one's gonna set that one. And I'm gonna do it like a spiral column because putting in the objects that plug into it over here, I think will be cleaner to do it that way. It's just my prefab test map, but I'll do a copy of it. Okay, sounds cool. Yeah, because that way, because if you go into it and you're like, you know what, I want to do even more with this, I want to make it a whole thing, then I'll be in your credits. So if you want to keep me out of your credits for like a big thing you're planning, you might do with it later, then yeah, just make a copy of it and I'll run through there. I see that. I just realized that screenshot, the tree, the birds. I didn't notice the birds the first time because I guess because I was looking at rain, so I was thinking of debris. Also because recently Dr. Pepper or something, I think it was Dr. Pepper, sprayed droplets all over both of my monitors. So there are little, you know, dots the size of these birds made of Dr. Pepper on both of my monitor screens right now. So I didn't even notice that those were birds the first time I looked at it, but that makes the map even cooler. It's gonna be really cool to walk around in because that's gonna come alive. Because you know, I'll be able to see it moving. But yeah, can you say I'm Will Forge and let's forge a new Halo? Hi, I'm Will Forge. Let's forge a new Halo. You know, Duquesne's thing. Let's see. Just gonna steal Duquesne's thing. I'm gonna add a node. Okay, this class is the knight. So all I need is a variables basic, right? And I need an equipment type, and then I want to declare it as quantum translocator. And boom, that's all I need, quantum translocator. Now, if I set this and it's empty, but the variable already has a value, here's what I was about to ask. Do I need to put this, if I copy this over here for like level 2, level 3, level 4, whatever, of the knight, can I just leave this in the column and not put something here to not replace this quantum translocator? Because, yeah. Let's see. Just as I planned. JK Lamau. Yeah. Can you, let's see. Let's forge a new Halo. It's just my prefab test map, but I'll do a copy of it. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah. I'll just make sure I didn't miss anything. Class Dynamo, unless I did and someone else, like, I want to make sure anybody, if I missed anything, let me know. With these, I'm not going to plug a value type in there. I'm just going to say it here. So I think the knight, here's my thinking. The knight is a quantum translocator, right? So they can bull rush, you know, like bulls will like a warthog may try to run them over, right? And then they can hit the button and translocate away from it. So they can be like a what are they called? The I forget what they're called. What are they called? A bullfighter, but like the correct name for it. What is a bullfighter called? You guys are probably going to answer way faster. Is it just a bullfighter? I thought there was a word for it. Whenever I ask what is a bullfighter called, it's just saying bullfighter. Matador. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. A matador. Basically, you can be like a matador with the quantum translocator. So, I think we should give the a dynamo grenade to them. But because vehicles you have to purchase, they're actually something you have to pay for, I'm going to set it to 1. I'm not going to give you 2. You're going to have 1 dynamo grenade to do with what you please, right? And then I'm going to give them another grenade, you know? So you're going to spawn in with a dynamo grenade, and we're going to go with the plasma, spike grenade. I'm going to give the plasma grenade to the invisible player, and I feel like, well, what do you guys think? Frag grenade... These are both say frag. I think I accidentally copied the same one twice. Plasma. That was a good catch. That would have been not what I wanted. Okay. Check whenever. Okay, I will. Yes. Let's see. So, yes, PTSD machine, a Matador. That is, yeah. Honestly, it'd be kind of cool if I could just name them whatever I wanted. I'd name this one, not Knight, but Matador. That'd be great. So, Dynamo Grenade, and we could do a Frag Grenade, because, so here's what I was thinking. Plasma grenades and spike grenades stick to people, and if you stick someone too close to yourself, you end up suiciding. But if you can do that and then immediately quantum translocate it away, then it's a really effective strategy. Also, if you're matadoring a warthog and you don't have your dynamo, you can spike them or plasma stick them, right? So, you could theoretically... these commercials. You could theoretically, because of that, with the plasmas and the spikes... I think that would be a good idea, right? So, but the spike grenades don't kill vehicles as much, as powerfully, as far as I can tell. So I might have to do the plasma. Or I can give you the spike grenade at first, and then whenever you level up, you eventually start getting a plasma as your secondary, and maybe even get 2 of the dynamos, you know what I mean? So let's do that. Let's do that. We'll give you 1 dynamo and 1 spike. And then whenever you get higher level... it will change it up, and we'll give you a plasma instead of a spike, and we'll give you a dynamo. We'll give you like 2 dynamos, and then eventually 2 plasma grenades and stuff like that. I think we could do that. I think that sounds like a cool idea for progression of this class. Class primary weapon. What's the best weapon for quantum translocator? You know what I mean? There's like that whole. I kind of think that maybe they need a short range weapon as their primary. And the reason, like something like, oh, that's right, that's right, the night class, I already set that up in the other one, and I was thinking about, the heat wave is the primary, which is pretty good as close range, it's extremely good at close range, 1 blast and a melee will kill somebody. And then the secondary, I was gonna do the, you know, actually, with these classes at level 1, I might do heat wave, I might do like a, for their basic weapon, like eventually they're going to get the version of the heat wave that bounces off of things. I forget what that one's called. What is that one called, actually? There's the heat wave. I don't think it's called a heat wave, like a such and such heat wave. Oh no, my stream just glitched again. Is it still doing that? But let's see. I hope it's not doing that to everybody else. Oh, it is scatterbound heat wave. Okay, so it does have heat wave in the same. Okay. Anyway, what I was thinking is that the my idea was that you would have a heat wave as your primary, and maybe we should do with a sidekick for your secondary. But I'm not certain because actually, you know what? The shock pistol is actually a decent one in this. Arcane Sentinel Beam. Eventually I'm going to give you the Sentinel Beam. But I think the Disruptor, where is it? Disruptor is going to be a D. Disruptor. Okay, so the Disruptors are secondary for the Knight would be a good one, because I think having the Heat Wave as your primary weapon, that's how you fight other Spartans for the most part. And then the Disruptor, though, will actually arc to other characters, so you could take out Grunts really easily, because they'll come in there as a squad, and you'll be blasting multiple people with it, right? That might be a good idea. I don't know if that's the best bet for this class, but I think that's a good one. Excuse me. I think that's a solid setup, and we will, like I said, we'll balance all this stuff later. I'm gonna set these other ones to 0, so that whenever I copy them, they are absolutely at 0, and I will see that they're at 0. You know what I mean? So now this is gonna happen every single time you die and respawn. It's also gonna grab from the current level, right? So this is setting up. By the way, I forgot to mention, I need to do that now, actually, and this would be, I might have mentioned it, actually, already, but, okay, so I don't have a Knight lineup up here, I don't think. I think this is, what? Why is this one spawner who was showing mixed? Oh, that was, oh, fixed. I saw fixed and thought it said mixed. Marine Survivor, Grunt, I think this was supposed to be, I don't know why I didn't name these. I think I named these. Oh, you know what? I think I made them a prefab and named them as a prefab. Then whenever I moved them to this map, I didn't rename them. That was the problem. So I know these are the Berserker class, but I just can't remember what these were. And they appear to be, since it's a Marine Survivor and a Grunt, I'm assuming these are for the Commander. Or not the Commander, the squad person. Oh, they're all the same after that. It looks like. Yeah, I never really set these up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I want to set up the knights really quick. And what I realize is that inside of each of these, inside of each of these I can store all of this information. Because this is an object that I'm not going to delete ever. So I'm just going to move it down there and then stop spawning the units at it, right? So whenever you level up beyond, like when you level, when this team plays a knight and they get to level 2, it's going to grab this. It's going to move it down to the location of their spawner so that their units continue to spawn at the same location. And then it's going to start spawning at this spawner with a definition which is going to apply whichever of these values was theirs. The, where was it? Whiskey. Like squad label whiskey. Because the squad label is vital to the functionality of the units respawning. So I need to have that, but I can't, but because I don't want to have to make like 6 of each of the classes, like 6 spawn points for every single class, I want to have 1 for Eagle Team and one set of them for Eagle Team, 1 set of them for Cobra Team. I don't want to have 6 sets for each, or well, 3 sets for each, 6 total, because that would be insane on the budget. So we're gonna we're just gonna move this one down there, and then you can set it to spawn. That's what I have it set to, by the way. I'll show you what the that's it, not it. This one. When the spawn, I used to have it just trigger the spawner, but now I'm spawn squad through definition, and the squad definition is stored AI spawners hero. Yeah, it's stored in you as a player. So I change whenever you level up. I'm going to change, like the very beginning of the game, I create squad definitions, but then later I'm going to be changing this hero's AI squad label to be more like this one, as you can see here, which I just sort of left here to remind myself how to do it later. Basically, squad label uniform, right? I'm going to essentially have to figure out how to make it to where there's a different one for each one. There isn't a squad label variable, so I can't just, or at all, there's no way to like grab that out of a spawner and then push it through to here. So what I have to do, because that's just, I guess they're working on that node because it seems like a no-brainer. That's definitely one of the things they're going to want to put in, and they're probably working on it right this second. Basically, or an adjacent one, and they're going to work on this one later. But the point is that I'll grab the new AI spawner that I moved down there, move the AI spawner down to your old spawner's location, and then put that new spawner into here as a variable. Grab it, put it into here, set it as the new squad definition applied to your player, so it's that spawner with this label uniform. And then every time I respawn, I'm going to spawn with that definition. So your units will spawn in, and they will have assigned to them the correct squad label. So that's how I'm getting around that particular hurdle of trying to figure that out. And it's all going to work. This season, I can figure all this out. I've already figured out that scripting all of the scripting for this game mode will be doable this season. If we don't get the things like grabbing the squad label out of another one until next season, then like I said, I can do it all this season. Next season though, I might be able to redo these and do it in like half the number of nodes or less, because of how like because of how much simpler it will be if I can do those kinds of things. But for now, this is fine. Like if I could just change the value of what spawns here by grabbing another one and then putting it over it like a template, that would also drastically reduce the amount of scripting. But anyway, I can't do that yet, or I can't do that now, so we gotta just move it. We gotta work with what we have. I sent a screenshot in Discord main chat. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna check that in 2 seconds. This is gonna be Knight class, Knight level 2. Right? Is gonna store all the variables set up for level 2. We're probably going to put a pointer set up for Knight level 1, but that's fine. Okay, let's see. I was just going to use, by the way, pointers for each of the levels, but I realized I've got an object here. So I can reduce the budget, the budget consumption. Okay, great. This is what I was looking for. Group chat. Yeah. Main chat. Here we go. Ooh, a bicycle. Ooh, spoilers. I did a thing. Man, that looks great. Like, the motorcycle already looked good. Now you got... Oh, man, that is really cool. the ring. How did you get the ring to be so thin? Like, what'd you build that out of? I'm like, there's not a lot of those ring objects, so I'm trying to figure out what you built that out of. The spokes, I bet, are built out of the, Are the spokes built out of the hose that, like, you can shrink really tiny? Is that what that is, or did you use something else? Gosh, that is really cool. Believe it or not, the motorcycle is smaller prefab than bike. Wow. No, I believe it. As soon as I see these spokes, I think, man, that's like 50 objects at least, just right there. And just right there. The chain, I just realized, I just noticed the chain, because I was like, it's just a complete bike, so I didn't notice the pieces that are there, because the pieces that are there are a bike. You know, I just noticed the spokes because they were so tiny, so thin, I was like, they've got to be something. But it's such a good bike that I didn't even notice the chain that was on there, and now I realize you've even got it like dangling a bit. That is really good. Do you make these prefabs available? Like, are you prefabbing these and putting them into, Oh, right, the motorcycle is like 3 prefabs, isn't it? You told me that. And then this one is probably another like 3 prefabs. Yeah, never mind. Wait, actually, to do the ring, did you have to build this out of smaller objects to make the circle? Because that would also explain how you did it whenever I was so confused on how you pulled that off. But yeah, are you able to check in a minute? Because I'm off to bed soon. Oh, right, what did you ask again? Check whenever. Okay, you're on. Let's see, it's just my prefab test map, but I'll do... Oh, right, the prefab test map, that's what it was. Right, I just want to make sure that yeah. Let's see. No, lol, not available. If you want them specifically, you can have them. Yeah, tiny objects. You'd have to, like... I think because they're not all able to be one 150 object prefab. Yeah, I'll go hop into the thing and take a look. Aaron, because, like you said, you gotta go to bed soon, so... Let's see. Unable to join. Uh-oh. Oh no. Isn't that a thing that happens whenever you are already not part of the network? I hope it's been saving. Jesus. It looked like it was saving, but I might have been in offline mode, which isn't a thing, but it's a thing that sometimes happens whenever the game bugs out. The budget is much larger since Season 5, so these fit into a map comfortably. Nice, yeah. Oh, what I was going to say was, if you wanted to make those into prefabs and share them with the community, but you didn't want to, like later, whenever you're like on like 3 maps down the line after this current one, whenever you're like, yeah, that's an old map now, I can just share the stuff that I built in there. That's how I feel I'll probably be. Whenever I get to like another map or 2 later, I'll just be like, I'm gonna go back to that old map and cannibalize it for prefabs for people, because it already exists. It's been out there for like, you know, long enough that it's the origin of them. I'll just go ahead, you know what I mean? But anyway, the point is, what you can do is put them all in a map that is a prefab bank. You know what I mean? Like, you just make a map that has a bunch of things like that in it, that are, all of them are the more detailed prefabs you make that require like more than one prefab to actually put them into a map. And you just make it so where they all have like an attachment point that like you can snap them all together really easily, like we were talking about before, where you put like a cube off to the side or whatever. And then yeah, and then people can just like grab them and put them into their own maps, and it would be a really cool like map to release. But people would have to know to look for it though, so like you'd have to like advertise it, sort of. What's up? Oh, okay. All right, so let's go back into I'm checking in Forge a map, right? Not non-custom games. That's what I was like about to go to. Prefab test copy. Nice. Yeah, prefab bank. I think that would be really cool. There's like there's a Pelican that's really good. That's on the file share, and I didn't even think to look to see if they made a prefab bank sort of map for it. But that it would be really useful. Geez, why didn't I think of that? Because it makes sense that they might have done that. If not, I'm gonna go look at the credits, because it's a really good Pelican, and I feel like that person should go back in and upgrade that Pelican, because it was made in like Season 2 or something like that, and we've got so many new objects since then. I think I'm gonna just spawn. Is that what I should do? Nav data. I'll wait till the nav data's done, and I'm just gonna wander around in it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't just spawn. Okay, where is it? All of this? Oh man, that is really cool. Wait, is this? Hold the phone. Yeah, okay. This is really cool. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I found it. I found it. I found the correct place to approach. This feels like the out... Wait, did you model this? Hold on. Did you model this off of the outside of the map area? Were you trying to capture the exterior, the feel of the map outside the map, and bring it into the map so you could continue it and make it look like one continuous biome? Because that's something that most maps don't even try to do, is match the biome. Ooh, you even found a good place on the ground for it, didn't you? Or did you build this? No, yeah, this road is a thing on the map. Okay, so you grabbed on the map, you followed along, and you turned it into a path that leads into the forest. This is awesome. What should you make next? What would we really want to see? Ooh, of like prefabs like that? No. Wait, what do you mean by no? No, I asked so many questions. Oh man, I'm probably, because the stream was having those issues and having the upload speed shifts and stuff like that, it probably ended up so far behind for you guys that it's probably extra laggy. Man, this is really cool. Let me go back down here and look up at it and see if I can see those birds. There they are. Perfect timing to turn back around. Nice. Can't see, it's so pixelated. Oh man. Let me see. I want to see what my stream looks like for you guys. Oh boy. We're gonna go to the highest HD setting on Kick and see what it looks like. Oh, I said I'm gonna put it to the highest HD setting on Kick and see what it looks like, right? And then as soon as you're still frozen but not nearly as much, I'm still here. Wait, what? Oh, whoa, on YouTube I was way behind. Oh, okay, hit live. There we go. Now we're up to date. Okay, I want to see how... Yeah, it is pretty fuzzy. Let me try and bring it back up. Here, I'm going to leave the image up so you can kind of more see the environment instead of a pause screen. Output. I'm going to bring this back up to 3000 and see if it immediately starts lagging. Because now that it's gotten back down, now that it's been at a lower setting, it might be like got a better connection to the network, you know, to the server. And as soon as I bring it up to 3000, is that going to be better or worse? Oh, no, it's all choppy again. Immediately choppy again. Never mind. That is so lame. I used to be able to do 8,000. And then Cox got jacked up. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Actually, were we over 1,000? We were at 1,000 before? I don't remember. It was insane. And then we found out that we could just hit that other button and it just bypasses the thing. Man, this looks good. Can't see, it's so pixelated. So you didn't model this after the exterior part of the map? Man, this looks like it could be a riverbed. That would be so cool to have like a river flowing here. I know this is outside the map. This is not the intended area of the beauty shot. But I feel like it could be turned into a riverbed very easily running between these two. Oh man, this is cool. And you've got like the trail going through it. It's awesome. This is awesome. You've got, wait, were those little bugs? Did I see bugs flying around this thing? Or was it just the raindrop? Oh, there it is. Yep. There is, in fact, a small... Oh, they're motes. Oh, no, they are. They're fireflies. They're fireflies. My bad. For a second, I thought they were motes of light. This looks really cool, too. Like, the way that you piled this up looks... It looks nice. It doesn't look like a, you know, like a... It looks like a single forge item rather than multiple items combined, you know what I mean? Anyway, this is pretty much unwatchable. Oh, man. Oh, geez, it got super pixelated. It looks pretty dope to me, Aaron. Pixels or otherwise. Well, it's unwatchable to you because you've already seen this map. You've been working on it. But to everyone else, no one else has seen this, so they're seeing the pixels. The pixels are there, but they're like enjoying the view through the pixels. You see what I mean? Like back in the day, like you know, whenever we had the old TVs. But yeah, this is all really cool, and like you can even see it from other angles. They're like slightly outside the view angle you're supposed to see it through, and it still looks good. And it's, yeah, this is really dope. Let's see. But this is like the beauty shot angle, right? It's very alive. But yeah, no, I'm seeing how bad it is. Let me check Kick, because I think Kick looked better. Kick does look like less pixelated, but only barely. So Aaron, if you want to hop over to Kick for a second to look at it, it's slightly better over there. It's not good. It's not as good as on my screen, but it's okay. I can't wait until these internet problems are solved. This is so annoying. So it could be today, it could be tomorrow, according to their 72-hour thing. But they actually closed the ticket for my job, for my work order, and they open an internal one only. I guess I gotta stick around in case you wanted to switch over to Kick. So I gotta kind of walk around it a little bit more. Basically, man, the way that it's very well set up. I like your layering of the trees is perfect. Because, like, the way that they move separately from one another is very... I mean, I know that's literally just different distances, but, like, you picked good spots to cluster them and, like, make gaps so you can see the ones that are farther away, is what I'm saying. And you did that in a way that actually controls the layering of the visuals in a very pleasing way to the eye, you know what I mean? Like, moving across like this is very nice. Cocks are being cocks, yes, exactly. And so what's going to happen, what happened is they close my personal work order and open an internal one that customers basically aren't even normally supposed to see. And whenever I called and talked to them, I was like, I don't understand why it was closed. I've still got the issue. We still need it resolved. It's still very much a problem. And they're like, oh, yeah. And they said it takes 72 hours. And they were like, yeah, okay. And they looked into it and they found out that it was an internal one. They're like, oh, we normally don't even let you guys know about this. But they opened an internal one. It's that big of an issue. It's the whole area. And so instead, I'm going to go ahead and open you another new one that's you're facing. And whenever that internal one is resolved, it should automatically notify you that that yours is resolved. So they kind of like piggybacked a normal user-oriented one off of theirs, off their internal one. So that's kind of nice of them to set up. But I'm still like, every time the birds fly, I'm like, oh man, I like enjoy it again. But yeah, okay, so it does look better on Kick, but not by too much. But we are this is amazing, man. You should make a level, Aaron. A campaign level. You should make, you know, the very beginning of Halo 3 and that one level in Halo 4 after you whenever you go delve into that jungle. You should make a full-blown campaign level that is designed to look gorgeous every step of the way. Like you were doing the rally race one, right? But do it like a walkthrough level. And then, like, make it to where there's, like, 2 modes. You can play it with or without campaign AI by just going into the menu. Look, if you go into customs and you're going to make a custom match, right? And you go into the mode editor, you go to AI, you can say allow AI and you can turn that off. You just build it to where it works with or without campaign AI as just like a beauty corner. It was just a test. I know, but you're too good to not do it. Like, you know, you can do it as just your videos and your posts to Twitter and stuff like that, and it's really cool as like a beauty shot. But to do an active beauty shot, you can walk through and play. Why did it move to the top? I hope you saved that. No, Waterworks also got moved to the top for some reason. Oh, they're culling old versions. Wait, is this my old Waterworks? Yeah, this is my old Waterworks. They're finally culling version history of Waterworks. This is what I found out. Someone was saying that basically, as old versions of the map get culled. Is this my old one? Yeah, because it's not called Waterworks Modern. Yeah, we can go all the way back to Forge release on this one, the day that Forge released. No, they have not deleted any of my version history. Oh my god, we gotta hit that faster. I can't sit here for that long. I'm gonna make it crash. I'm going through this menu so fast. Jesus. I wish you could just hit the left trigger at the very beginning to loop to the end. It would have been really helpful. November of 2022. I don't think they called any of these. There we go. Oh, no, it keeps going. For some reason, it looked like it stopped. There we go. 11/8/2022. Look at that. It was just a test. That was a reply. What's this map for? It was just a test. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You were applying to conspiracy. I thought you were applying to me. So, yes, you should do that. I was gonna say, you're too good to not do it. You should just do it. Make a playable version, but you're right. You weren't even saying that you weren't gonna do it. But I think you should. I think if you made that kind of level where it's going through a jungle like that, all natural terrain, Michael Salvatore got laid off. What? He was one of the people at Bungie that they laid off? So you're telling me there's a chance he'll be in Halo again? No, he was probably close to retiring anyway. I mean, Marty retired completely, and they're both they're close to the same age. I think Marty's older, but I could be wrong. But I think that's one of the reasons that they called him Marty the Elder, was he was the oldest person at the facility. Yeah, that's why his Twitter is called Marty the Elder. But man, Michael Salvatore got laid off. Whew, that is a mistake and a half. He sent me the Discord. Okay, yeah. Unless he was already planning to retire. Looks like Michael Salvatore, the composer of Destiny OST, was also laid off. How do they know? Because this could be someone just trying to... They might just be trying to ride the thing. CO Cinema Emotions and Evolution content sponsorship by Rococo. This could be fake news for now, as they say these days. This could be something that's not real yet. This is huge. Yeah, Destiny 2 is dead, folks. Exactly. If this ain't enough, I don't know what is. Right? Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay. This is not a rumor, or a silly rumor. Then this is a mistake and a half. That's my take on that one. Anyway, okay, so, what else did you send me? You sent me something else. No, wait, no, you didn't send me something else. What was that I was gonna look at? There's something over here I need to look at. Oh well, I don't remember what it was. Okay, Night Level 2. That's kind of insane. I'm not excited for Marathon anymore. Like, is Destiny closing down? Like, I mean, is Bungie closing down? Like, short of Bungie closing down, I didn't expect to ever see Michael Salvatore, fired. I didn't expect them to fire Marty in the first place either, but then it turned out to be a big old beef that they had, a weird thing going on. So it was a special case, but this is just a big layoff where they were like, yep, and throw him in there too. It's just like, why? What is wrong with you people? But Marty has been saying for a long time that there was like an attempted coup basically at Bungie. That essentially there were some people in charge that were, this I don't need, there were some people who were like, because like the reason that like Joe Staten left and like went to Microsoft, and all of the other stuff that happened was some kind of like power play that was happening at Bungie as they gained control, gained their independence from Microsoft, going all the way back to then. That was like slowly happening over time, and yeah. So this is probably just another just a continued evolution of that. You know what I mean? But geez, that's ridiculous. Point that down right there. I like arrows pointing down whenever they're just representing like a post kind of thing. Whenever they're representing something like this, which is going to be just level 1 of the night class, and it's just going to hold a bunch of variables, I like to just point them down at the ground. It doesn't make any sense. There's no it's not necessary. I just feel like it feels like a flagpole that's carrying that's holding a bunch of things, or like you know what I mean, something like that. But Jesus, I am still shook. Let me know if anybody finds out any confirmation of that, because they were just saying it was according to this other person, And the other person was the person who leaked the information about the whole thing. Not leaked. They broke the news about Bungie in the first place. So I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying that there's a chance that some of the information they give out is like jumping the gun, where they don't actually know fully, you know, what they're looking for. I mean, what actually happened, you know? But who knows? Who knows? So as you can see, we now apply it all to level 1. This is the level 1 settings for this class. And this is essentially, by the way, not only is this a class in the game mode, where it's the night class, but also this is effectively what a programming class is, right? It's a name, it's a bunch of variables basically stored inside of a name, right? So by making this object and then putting all of these variables assigned to it as object variables, I've effectively built what is a class, which is what I was saying before is something that Forge doesn't have, and that's why we have to build it like this. We have to construct them if we want them. But like, if there was some kind of game mode object that was called a class, and it was like the brain, it was like a totally different object, you know what I mean? And you go into it and you can set a bunch of variables and things like that in it, and it would basically a brain that has it would just be a dedicated brain for this kind of thing. But it would be like the name of every variable you set in there would be like applied to the brain itself. I don't know. It would just be kind of cool to do something, to have something like that to speed some stuff up. But it wouldn't be necessary because, like I said, we can just do this. This is literally functionally the exact same thing. And so there's no need for it. And this is class level 2. And this is class level 3. This kind of looks like a Forerunner ship. We know we were talking about the how all the ships look like. I mean, how all the script brains look like a different kind of ship when we were talking about Covenant, Banished, UNSC. Well, we finally have a Forerunner ship here. Look at that giant column. It flies this direction. You know what I mean? A couple of different layers of this, like a swooping back spike thing going out the back. Yeah. Fits. It fits. That was a couple, like over a month ago. We were talking about that, I think. But yeah, unless it was, I think it was. Anyway. There. And here we go. I'll make this one a little closer, I guess, because I kind of like it more whenever it's closer. Okay, so then this one is going to plug into these, and we got to change all of these values for each of these, so that the class levels up. And then this doesn't have anything to do with the actual ability. Whenever you use, like, the equipment is going to be the ability of your class, the main ability of your class, right? The activated ability of your class. And with these, it's just the quantum translocator, and we have some custom equipments for later, for 3 of the classes. Well, up to 4 classes, but right now we have planned for 3. And we discussed another class. I would definitely like a healer class once they add that to the game. But for now, once they add that leaked healing, like, repair field, that would be really nice to have in this mode. So I'm definitely going to go and add that in later whenever they put that into the game. But in the meantime, we won't have a healer class. We'll just have these. And then I also think, though, it would be kind of cool to have a place where it reloads all your weapon ammo. Probably something you have to pay for. But you only have to pay for, like, you pay about the equivalent of getting, like, a kill. You know what I mean? Like, if you kill an enemy player, you get, like, what, like 50 points in Halo Infinite? Something like that. And if you do it with, like, a headshot, you get more. And if you do it with, like, if you call out, you get more because you get the medal bonuses. And essentially, yeah, let's move that far enough over that we can actually, like, place this thing down, because it's going to be a little bit frustrating. Okay, there we go. And then paste. And it'll go up here. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was saying that we can Right. I was talking about the other ability, the aura, your character, the passive ability your character has, where we were talking about like we talked about like if you're around other units, then maybe as the invisible character, if you are cloaked and you're around other units, then they become cloaked. I think that'd be really dope, but that'd be like the 5th level version of the aura. It would like unlock at some point for that class. This is all like D&D. This is all like my experience with creating classes in Dungeons and Dragons and putting them on my and having them on my on DM's Guild. And having my players play as them. But yeah, basically balancing these classes is going to be another step after this, but I've got to figure out what's more balanced, but for now I'm just tossing in cool ideas. And one of them would be, at level 5, you cloak yourself, then a radius around you, and it turns everyone else invisible. It's your allies. It actually would be kind of cool if that unlocks at level 2, but the radius is small. And then at level 3, it gets a little bigger. At level 4, it gets a little bigger. Like, basically, you have to be right on top of your ally to both remain invisible. So you'd be constantly, like, would be doing this a lot, like, crossing through each other, trying to stay invisible. But every now and then, the ally that's you're turning invisible with you would just, like, go, boom, and, like, drop their cloak and then turn invisible again because they're next to you again. So doing that would kind of be really difficult and, you know, a challenge. Might even be at level 3, actually, probably, whenever we should probably do that. But yeah, at level 3, we could, like, give you an additional that additional ability. So level 1, level 2. Level 3, we could give you that ability. Then level 2, it would become big enough that it wouldn't be difficult to move with, like, another player, for example, across the map, like through jungle or whatever. You just sort of, like, you'd be able to, like, you know, move with them. And then at level 5, like, that was level 4, sorry. Yeah, level 4 that happens. Then level 5, it becomes big enough that, like, you could walk with your squad of, like, grunts and they'd all be invisible. And that might be kind of dope. So yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know if that's balanced enough though, because if you can turn all of your all your campaign AI people invisible, they might just shred the enemy campaign AI. But we'll see. It would be cool though. It sounds like my smoke detector needs a new battery. I think that's what that beeping is. So if you guys, don't worry, it's not your smoke detector, I think it's mine. Okay, so now all we've got to do is actually set these stats. So level 2 for this, right? We're going to keep the 1 dynamo grenade, and we're going to switch your sticky grenade to well, let's give you 2 spikes, and then that'll become a plasma grenade next. Heat wave disruptor. Let's see. I think we should switch this up from the disruptor. This is whenever you get your sentinel beam. There we go. Let's see. Ooh, my scope. Oh no! I didn't set the scope for these down here on any of these at the bottom. Dang it. I'm gonna have to do that for every single one of these levels. Object. Apparently I didn't set it for the weapon type variable. I did for everything else though, it looks like. For some reason I just didn't set it for the weapon type. There we go. Doop, doop, doop. Object. Okay, cool. Let's see. So, Sentinel Beam, heat Wave, right? And then we're gonna give you the, let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's give you the better Disruptor first. And then we'll give you the Sentinel Beam after that, which will technically be a bit of potentially a downgrade, but that's a promise you're going to get the Arcane Sentinel Beam later, so I think people are going to be okay with getting that downgrade. Sentinel Beam. I don't know, maybe we can't give them the... Wait, I just set it back on the Sentinel Beam. I'm looking for... That was dumb. It was the Disruptor. Where's the other Disruptor? We might also just not change the weapons every single class, which might be a good idea. Let's see. Pinpoint Needler, Mangler. Where's the other Disruptor? Oh, there it is. Calcine disruptor, that's what it's called. And then we're gonna go here and give you the sentinel beam. Because the sentinel beam is actually really good in this game. You still have the heat wave, but this is probably you'll downgrade to the sentinel beam, but you'll upgrade your primary to the fancy version of the what do you call it? The heat wave. It's down near the bottom. I think we saw it earlier. Heat wave. There it is. Scattershot heat wave, or scatterbound heat wave. And then this one would be the scatterbound heat wave as well, because obviously we can't just do that. And I think this one would be a big upgrade on, we're gonna see. Okay, first let's go to grenades. Let's look at the grenades. Level 1 there, we got 2 spikes, and then we're gonna switch those spikes out, and we're gonna switch them to 2 plasmas, because plasmas are a little bit better than spike grenades in my opinion. Let's see. And then, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Quantum translocator is still the thing. Spike grenades. So these are probably going to get, the quantum translocator is not overly powerful, right? It's a little bit weak, but being able to, as far as power equipment goes, I think it is the weakest of the 3, personally. But since we're going to hand it back to you immediately, you're always going to have a quantum translocator up the entire game, which is going to make it more effective at being nice, you know? So Sentinel Beam, we got Scattershot Heat Wave. We're going to go with the Sentinel Beam again. Actually, you know what? Let's go back with the Sentinel Beam here, but you know what I need to do? I'm going to downgrade this back to the regular Heat Wave. Because you are getting upgraded to Plasma Grenades here, right? Since you're getting upgraded to Plasma Grenades, and then right here, when we give you the Sentinel Beam and the fancy Heat Wave, we're also going to give you Quantum is very effective if you practice with it and know how and when to use it. Yeah, exactly. It's like a 0 to 100 skill ceiling, or well, probably more like a 5-10% effectiveness for like anyone who's like regular. And then whenever you get really good at it, it very quickly ramps up to like an 80 to 100% like effectiveness. But it's still just like, but because it's so hard to get to that high skill ceiling, a lot of people are very confused on how that works. Can you set it to where you can have more than 2 grenades? If I just set this number to 4, will it just accept that? By the way, Sony buying Bungie was a mistake. Yeah, apparently. Was that? I don't even think they bought them, did they? Or didn't they just like buy a contract to make them to where they were 100% exclusive? And that honestly, that's probably why they're having financial issues too. Like they probably had to sell to try. They're trying to recoup losses due to the financial issues that are happening in Silicon Valley or whatever. And then so they sold to Sony to do that. Yes, you can fill 4 nades. Cool. Can I fill 8 nades? Can I make a grenadier class and just give you the what do you call it? What's the one? The Ravager, and then just have like 8 grenades of each type and just like full Sony owned. Oh, it is full Sony owned? Oh, they fully bought them? Oh, okay. By the way, on my end, your video quality is phenomenal now. Really? Yeah, my video might have just out of the blue just like updated. Or like my internet, it's intermittent. And because what's happening is there's some kind of feedback on the line from someone who's got a messed up system. Like either the cables are messed up or what device that's plugged into it is messed up or something, and it's causing a massive amount of feedback on the line. And the moment that while they're connected, basically it gets worse, and they're connected pretty frequently, it seems, because they probably just leave it connected, obviously. But every now and then it seems to get better, and I'll get like 40 upload speed again instead of 1. By the way, I want to see if I remember correctly. 8 nades is the limit. Okay, and the text to screen is not as long a lag. Oh, good. Cool. So it's like catching back up. That's good. So class dynamo grenade count. We'll go to 3 dynamo grenades at max then, and we will give you spike grenade count. Can you have 4 grenades, or is it limited to just 2? They bought them to bolster live service over at PlayStation, and now it seems those live service plans are being canned since Jim Ryan got the boot. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. How much you want to bet that this is all related to Microsoft getting Blizzard? Because Microsoft got Blizzard, now they're so strong in the game of the Games Pass and the live service model of like that, you know, paying the monthly fee and getting all the games, that anyone else trying to do live service is gonna be horribly hurt. You can have 8? Cool. How many different types of grenades can you have, though? Can I put, like, can I have, like, all 4 types? Can I have 8 of all 4 types? Or is it still limited to just 2 different types? Like, you know, switching. Naughty Dog was supposed to do factions for Last of Us, and that's on hold now. Ooh. So, yeah, so basically, when Microsoft acquired that, they might have become such a big person in the game that Sony said, we can't even compete with that. We're going to stick to what we know and do that. Wait, I just checked and you can have 99. What? I can give you 99 grenades? Oh, man. If you have weapons down mode, can you still throw grenades? Because I could totally just make a grenadier class that just weapons down mode and just running around with nothing in their hand, just going grenade, grenade, grenade. Rah, rah. That'd be amazing. Horizon multiplayer games probably delayed. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. So Microsoft might have just won the console war. Okay, let's see. 2 plasmas. I'm gonna give you 2 spikes and all nade types. So you can have all nade types and 99 of them. Oh my god. So now I'm giving you back your spikes, but you're also having your plasmas. And I'm giving you 3 dynamos. That might be a little much. I don't want to make the vehicles completely useless. I'm going to keep it at 2 dynamos. But instead of having... Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I didn't set my plasmas over here. 2 plasmas. 0 spikes. 2... So you go from... Okay, so here's how it goes with grenades. 1 dynamo, 1 spike. 1 dynamo, 2 spikes. 1 dynamo, 2 plasmas. 2 dynamos, 2 plasmas. 2 dynamos, 2 plasmas, 2 spikes. Right? You can have a 99 of each nade type if you want. That's amazing. Destiny, Finals, Shape, and Marathon both now 2024 and 2025. Yeah, I did hear about that. That was the one thing I did hear about the thing, was that there was a delay and a bunch of people laid off. That's all I really knew before that. Your wife listening in on the convo right now about PlayStation Live services? Yeah, maybe. But yeah. That is crazy news, though. So, night level 5. Let's see, object, I don't think Sony's, like, going under, though. They're just pivoting their plans. They were going to do live service to try and compete with Microsoft. Microsoft got Blizzard. Blizzard was already into live services. Now they've got, you know, Activision Blizzard. They were already doing live services really powerfully and beating everyone else at it, pretty much. Like, Activision was doing extremely well with live service. Now they're in Microsoft. Microsoft already was doing extremely well in live service. What do you call it? Amazon and Netflix are both trying to do live service. They've been setting themselves up with their own Game Pass style of like server-run games that were like, you know, they've been talking about for a while. We don't know much about them, but we know they've been setting it up for like years. That's one of the reasons why graphics cards were so expensive for so long, was because they were buying them up for their servers and stuff like that. They're snatching them for their servers, and not just for, you know, Bitcoin. Okay, in 4 minutes, check an Xbox store. Okay, that would be cool. Okay, so, right, what am I doing here? Is that because it's 7 o'clock my time, whatever time that is your time, which I think was, you're 5 hours away, so 2 o'clock your time, roughly? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, anyway, I'm just sitting here floating around. So that's grenades. Weapons are Heatwave Disruptor, Heatwave Calcine Disruptor, Heatwave Sentinel Beam, Scattershot Sentinel Beam. Scatterbound Heatwave Sentinel Beam, Heatwave Disruptor. Oh wait, I haven't reset this one. Let's see. What was that one again? Where is that? It's down at the bottom. Scatterbound Heatwave, and the the Arcane Sentinel Beam. So like this is gonna be an insane. I basically was trying to give it specifically this class specifically like, you know, knights. You know, the knight is what do you call it? Because it's a knight class. I named it Knight because it has the disruptor, and that means it's gonna. I mean, a quantum translocator, so it means you're gonna be fighting it close up with people and stuff like that a lot. So it's really a combatant class, right? And then I was like, well, if that's the case, and they've got the quantum translocator, and now they're named Knight, I'm gonna make it, you know, like the what do you call it? The Promethean Knight. So now we've got Calcine Disruptor, you know. We've got the disruptors are at the beginning, but that's because we don't have anything that's like pistol type of you know, what do you call it, Promethean of Forerunner weapon, right? But then as it goes up, we now have all Forerunner weapons, so that's kind of cool. Okay, in 4 minutes, check an Xbox store. It's 11:57. Weekly deals reset at midnight. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and that is the Knight class kind of set up, and we're just going to call from those things. And we have a lot of more nodes here. See, we've only used 50. So we could theoretically declare those variables in here, actually. We could do that. Let's do that. That'll get some nodes out of here. So then this section can be a little more detailed. So let's go ahead and go Control-C. Originally, I wasn't going to declare it in here. Oh, wait. Is this all of the classes, or is this just the Knight? Yeah, paste. There we go. Where is that? It's just the Knight? Oh, these are just the weapons. Never mind. These are the ones we're using in here. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Oh. Huh. Okay, we're about to use a whole lot more brains. A whole lot more brains. No, we're not. It's not gonna be that many more brains. Okay, so on round start, this is what we're about to change. This is the simple version, but we have 2 teams. Hey, what's up? What? What'd you say? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, let's see. So we're going to go add node. I'm just gonna make this the really quick, the sort of like start on the more complicated version of this. Logic players. Yeah, get player team. No, wait. I can't do that. I'm just setting variables into the class. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm dumb. This doesn't need to be team based. Ugh. Okay, so I actually, because I'm pointing at those spawners, that's not the way to go. I do want to do pointers for everything. Okay, well, that was kind of silly. Okay, so what I just realized is that I do want to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I want to make these, and I want to change that object that they're all referencing to these. And the reason is because I realized that these are not subject to being one team or the other team, and I don't want to store these variables into something that's bound to a team, right? So let's go ahead and do it this way. 4 and 5. Did I get that right? Is it 2 over here? Yeah. Oh, it still says 2, 1. What? Oh, I see. So this is 2, 1. What the heck? Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3, 1? What? Oh, I see what's happening. I'm dumb. Okay, let's see. I need to change these names too, apparently. Level 2. Let's see. Eagle. Yeah, no, let's see. Level 2 spawner. No, I do want, yeah, I don't know, I was gonna rearrange it, but I do want night at the beginning. Night, level 2 spawner. Eagle. Okay. Apparently I set these up wrong earlier, because, yeah, I'm going to do it this way. Night, level 3 spawner. Okay, night, level... Let's see. 4 spawner. Control V. Night, level 5 spawner. Most of the art team and support team got laid off as well, it looks like. Jesus! Aren't they what make Destiny Destiny, is the art team? Oh my god, that's awful. I guess they're pivoting away from whatever it is that they were doing before. Community lead did too. Jesus. Oh, I did hear about that too, because Unishek tweeted about that. Man. Okay, let's see. Hold on. So this one had the 1 at the end because I had that other thing named Night Level 2. So each of the classes is going to have a lineup of these pointers that's going to represent each of the levels. Okay, just like this. It's going to store them. We're going to reference these. We're going to actually prefab them like this. Oh wait, hold on. We're going to reference them first, and then we're going to prefab them. Because, oh my gosh, why was it not giving me control? Okay. Oh, I changed the name of these, so they're all longer now. Okay, add add object reference. There we go. Okay, so we, I did it again. I did it again. Okay, destroy that one. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the heck was that? And then we come back up here. That means we gotta delete this. And go object, 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 and object. Okay. Yeah, line it up. There we go. And then this one comes up here. Do this again. See, I should have done this the first time. I knew that I said that earlier, I was like, I need to make pointers for each of them. And then I was like, but actually, I'm just going to use the spawners now. And then I realized now that, like, no, because I need the spawner to be for each player. So, like, I could reference that spawner for Eagle Team and sort of reduce the budget, but, like, I might need to do something to that spawner later with, like, you know what I mean? Like, I might need to be able to delete or move that spawner later. And also, like, leveling up for the spawner for the, what do you call it? The commander is going to be as a dropship. You know, they're going to be dropship spawners, not the little ground spawners. So that's going to be interesting. And, let's see. There, and there, and there, and there, and then level 5 is the next one. And that'll be that. Let's see. This is crazy though, news for like Destiny. I mean for what do you call it, Bungie? It's crazy. The community lead did too. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then this is going to be set up here. So each of these are set up for this class. I know you can just click here and like find the other object, but like that is not something I can do very easily. So, whoa, what is happening? Oh my gosh, that was weird. Okay, if I don't prefab them, I could actually just add them to a list of the levels for the night, and that would be a good way too. And that'd actually probably be even better. Like if I declare a list variable, and I add a node variables basic, object list, and I paste those. Nope, not paste. I add a node reference to each of these, and I did it again. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we would have to do 2 object lists because there's only 4 slots. And then we would do combine object lists, add node. Where is that? Is that in math? No, it's not. It's in logic, I think, right? Increment, no. I always forget where this one is. Lists section? Combine generic lists? No, that's not it. Not generic lists. Is it in objects? Combine object lists. There we go, that's it. And then we go in here, we go here to initial objects, and we say night class levels. Wait, what? Night class levels. Oh my god, it's not putting it in as the name. Scope global. It did this where it wasn't changing the names, but it was inputting the names at the same time, like yesterday, and I think it had something to do with my issues. But anyway, this way we have a list of them, and what this means is we can take the player's level in the class, because that is going to be a variable that is just a number variable applied to them, and we can say, hey, grab the one out of this list at index whatever level you are, and then apply, and then get its, and then get all the variables from, and that'll get this object, right? And then with that object, we grab all the variables out of that object and apply it to the player's stats, to the player's like current, their own like setup, right? And so that's going to effectively let us very quickly and easily just like combine these lists together, or I mean like combine these stats into, like, cram these stats into your player, and then every time you respawn you'll use your player stats. So we'll have like a thing as on player spawns if they are in the list of heroes, right? Basically, if their level is higher than 0, then they're a hero. So we say if their level is greater than 0, then grab their stats and apply it to them, right? So that's gonna be cool. But we could actually use these stats again. Actually, now that I think about it, we could use these stats on the bot that is in your group too. So we could actually, like, theoretically apply these, not these exact ones, but in the night class, we can define down here using these exact same setup down here, your bot that's in your squad bot. We can actually define what their stats are going to be and then apply them as well. We don't necessarily have to do 5 levels with them every single time, though. Like, they may only level up and change, like, on level 1, level 3. Like, be defined at level 1 and then level up at 3 and then 5 or something like that. We can figure that out. But, you know, it would probably be on a case-by-case basis for the classes. But this is cool. Okay, we have our levels. And your character will have a level. And you have custom things, and then we need to do the powers for them. And like I said, we're going to have to do leveling up your squad thing. Well, not the squad, the bot that's in your squad down here. So yeah, we're good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save it, and I'm going to log off for today. And I will catch you guys next time. And I'm going to go learn more about this Sony news. Later.